gentlemen, welcome back again to another edition of Abbotsford Small Business, where you can certainly find us at abbotsfordsmallbusiness.com. Or, if you want to send us an email, you can go to abbotsfordsmallbusiness@gmail.com. If you are out of the Fraser Valley, that is in Vancouver area, and you want to give us a ring, don't pay long-distance phone call charges. Give our Magic Jack phone a ring at 778-800-0246. And if you are in the Fraser Valley and you want to phone me, use my private cell number that is not so private anymore. It is 778-908-5759. Now, today, I want to talk to you about pop filters. Yes, the elusive pop filter. This is the standard in any pop filter, that is out on the internet. And they're big. They're really big. I'll show you how big they are. See, they're completely covering my face. And I was having a challenge because a lot of people saying, it's nice that you're over there, but sometimes if you get too close to your microphone, then it creeps up. You miss half your face. So I wanted to get out of using the huge pop filters. This has got to be, 8 or 10 inches across. So I thought I would design my own pop filter. Now let me go and get the mesh here. I'll be right back. Okay, so for those of you that have import cars, you will be able to recognize this. This is aluminum mesh grill that you can get for any import car that you put in front of your grill to make it look really attractive, right? But it's flat. Now, this one is a little bit misshapen, but what I've done is I was searching for a really good pop filter, and I couldn't find one that looks like a windsock. You know those ones that the reporters have, and they carry them around, and they just slide on the microphone like this. Here's them on another microphone, and they just pop on like this. Well, I decided to make my own windsock, and so what I did is I took this material, this mesh material, and folded around an 8-inch bottle, and so here you have the finished product. Now, as soon as I've got that done, then I got the shape. Because what happens is, now this will go right over top of the microphone. So the only challenge is, now you've got your base and you've got a protector. So I cut it down to about this size, and I bent it over so this was bending over like this. So when it came over across the microphone, it would actually fold over like this, right? Across the microphone. So what you do is I took zap straps and I zap strapped all the way down. Now don't worry about it, because once you turn it toward the camera and put a black spandex sock on, you will never ever see it, because it completely disappears and it's completely invisible. So then I took some wire cutters and I shaped it exactly the way I wanted it. And on the bottom, because the bottom can get very, very sharp, right? I hammered them down. And then I took a couple of pieces of duct tape, and you put the duct tape on there, and then you fold it over. 3 or 4 pieces of duct tape does just fine. Where it goes next to, see down here on the spider, you don't want that mesh to hit or cut that spider. So then, excuse me. So then once I've got that made, I put it over the microphone, and I went and I found at home the little, those little rubber feet that you can get that are adhesive. So on this particular microphone, it's got a great style. It's got a piece of metal that runs this way. You can see it in the camera. And then on the other side, it's got another piece of metal. So I put a rubber foot here, and then on the other side, a rubber foot here and a rubber foot here. So as I put the mesh down across it, it holds it away from the microphone, and it protects the mesh of this particular microphone right here. So that made the base. And after you put your duct tape on it, now I've got it all on Vado, and I'll put it up there. After you put it on there, then you just put your spandex sock. It can be pantyhose, it can be spandex, it doesn't matter what it is as long as it's black, and I doubled up on it. And here's the finished product that you're seeing me speaking into. Now I still stay 6 to 8 inches away, which is exactly the same as I would if I was using a pop filter. As a matter of fact, I can move in a little closer. So it takes away the largeness of this pop filter, because I just don't like the look of having something round that hides half of your face. So I've got another one of these microphones from my guest, and what I'll do is I've got enough material to make another one, and it looks like a great windsock, and it gives you double the protection. A couple of things that you have to watch out for when you're making your own DIY pop filter is, A, you want to, the reason you have a pop filter is because of the explosives, the P's and B's. When you say your P's and B's, it pops into the microphone. That's why they call it a pop filter. And the next thing is moisture. You want to keep the pop filter on a microphone to guard against moisture, because your breath has a lot of moisture and it can go into an expensive microphone and damage the components. So with this particular setup, with the sock or the spandex, you can either wash them or just throw them out. And I mean, these are a dime a dozen. They're really, really cheap. So that is my rendition of my homemade pop filter, and I really like the looks of it. It's smaller. It looks like a professional windsock, and it shows well on camera work as well. So part 2 is coming up on the Votto, and I'll show you exactly how we did it. My wife was holding the camera, and I was cutting things. And you know what? You can build this. We built this in, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. It was just great. It was a delight to do as well. And it looks good. You be the judge. How does it sound? Sound okay? Okay, part 2 coming up. Thanks, folks. See you again. Bye-bye. Okay, Rick Haaland here. Not my finest moment for my hairdo, but yeah, I understand. Okay, so we were thinking today, we wanted to make a pop filter for one of my favorite microphones. I have 2 of these. They're the Audio-Technica 2050 ATs, and I just love them. And I'm thinking, okay, so we're going to take the grill out of a TX speaker, because it's a speaker grill. It's a protectionistic grill, and we could cut it in half and then wrap it around. But I found something that I like a little bit better. I have an import car that I tuned up, and I turned it into a tuner, a little bit of a hot rod. And this is what I use for the front grill. See the screen? It's aluminum mesh, that's all it is. And it will fold around quite easily around circumference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it around the microphone, and I'll show you. My wife is going to hold the camera, and this is how we're going to do it. Okay, and this is assistant, thank you. So we've taken 2 chunks of this stuff, and I've measured this, and this is just shy of 8 inches, just barely shy of 8 inches. So we know when we curve it around, it's got to be 8 inches. So I found in the fridge cranberry zinger salad dressing. Put it down here, and guess what? Just shy of 8 inches. Excellent. So the theory and the concept is, we're going to take this, wrap it around this bottle. We've got hobby wire we can use, or even zap straps, and we'll zap strap it, make sure that there's no sharp edges. We'll fold this over, and then it will actually float. We'll put something, a little thing right here, like a little cork button or something, so it will actually float on top. So this will never touch the top. And we'll put something here on the sides and here of the microphone, so this stays exactly equidistant away. Then, where are the stockings? Then we take nylon stockings and just put it over this. So not only do you have the protection of the mesh nylon, or the aluminum mesh, this is also going to act as a pop filter. You can also use a spandex sock if you like. And the reason I'm doing this is because I don't like those huge big pop filters, because when you're doing a show, they don't show up very well on camera. They cover your face. This way I can have a pop filter fairly close. It does a really, really good job and looks good on camera as well. Okay, ready? Or you can turn that off. You going? Okay. So what we're going to do is, we're going very gently, very, very gently, curve this around, like so. once you've got that, you can curve it around just a little bit more. So now you've got your shape, right? So see what's going to happen here? It's going to go over the microphone like this, and then we're going to ensure that it doesn't cut the elastic. So you see that? So that's going to look really good, and then we just cover it with the stocking. But that's a good looking, that's going to be the frame for our pop filter. Tell me when you're recording.
I'm on.
And the little red thing is on?
Mm-hmm.
We're ready to apply. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut down here or just bend it over now?
Bend it over.
Just bend it over. Okay, so let's see how we're doing with the microphone. Okay, so we want to bend this over here. So where should we bend? We want to bend it about...
Right where you made the mark.
Well, where should I now? Right about here? But the mark is gone. Oh, right here? So that mark? No, it's got to go deeper. Right about there? One full diamond down? Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright. Good. You can stop. Forget to use duct tape on the bottom here so it never cuts into your spider. So just put a thin, take duct tape in half, put a thin, or actually what I did is I went twice around here, and then really carefully go in here. Right, and we're done. Now we're going to put it on. We don't need that tape around here, do we? Or do we? Up top?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Okay, stop. What we did was we found these little black rubber things, and they're adhesive, and they go on the side, on the metal part, not on the mesh. You don't ever want to put them on the mesh. But there's pieces of metal that go down here on the microphone on both sides, and it just holds enough. Oh, that's just beautiful. Just holds enough pressure on the bottom and the top. Now we've got a cage. We've got open here. All I have to do is put the sock on, fit it on, and we're good to go. Aha! Homemade pop filter that goes all the way around, and these will be covered up by this, or you can get a spandex sock. Doesn't that look great? That looks beautiful. Okay, Okay, so we've got our rubber knobs on here, and they can come off anytime and they won't ever leave a residue, right? And then here's our shock mount, and we have to make sure that the logo is out so we know where to speak. Mounted in our shock mount. We've got our homemade... Oh man, isn't that nice? Wow, that is perfect. You can't ask for a better pop filter. That, 2 thumbs up. Looks good. It's black. Oh, perfect. Excellent. Okay.